Hello, everyone. It is Monday, the 19th of December. Last Monday class before Christmas, but of course I record this and I post it on YouTube. So anyone who wants to follow along, you're more than welcome on holidays. I'll just mute everyone so that there's no background noise. There we go. Okay, perfect. So to get started, I'm going to use a tennis ball, but I will also give some exercises that you can do without the tennis ball if you don't have a tennis ball. So let's take the tennis ball. You can start standing or seated, whichever you prefer. And we're going to start with the massage of the pectoral muscles. So if you have the tennis ball, place it into your left hand and roll up and down the right pectoral muscle. If you do not have a tennis ball, you'll simply use your hands and press, making a circle against the chest, okay? Be sure it's on the muscle. And these are very large muscles. And these muscles, I like to massage them regularly because if they're too short, you will have the tendency to round your upper back and to get into a poor posture throughout the day. So this is why if you massage them every once in a while you're seated, while you're working, it helps to remind you to bring your shoulders back and it releases these muscles, okay? It's very much like a stretch. It sort of activates them, brings blood and lymph into them, and it helps the fascia to be hydrated. Let's change sides. Go to the other side, and you can either roll up and down in a diagonal movement, or if you don't have a tennis ball, you can sort of place your hands there and press in and make a circle. This also works as well. And sometimes this is nice to do if you're in a meeting and you're just listening through the computer or listening on your phone. You could just place two hands here and press just for maybe 30 seconds. And that can really make a difference in your posture, surprisingly enough. Okay, we can place the tennis balls down. I want you to have it by your mat so you can pick it up again. If you don't have a tennis ball, no big deal. Now we're going to roll the shoulders, make some circles. This is called rolling the shoulders up and around. Make some circles. Change the direction of the circle. Then we'll clasp our hands together behind us, stretch the arms as straight as possible, and lift your chin. And take a couple of deep breaths here. So your shoulders are pulled back. This is going into a deep stretch into the pectoral muscles. We're working these first, for those of you joining in now, we're working these first to open them up to help to improve the posture. And I have a couple of really interesting postures we're going to do today for mobility with the shoulders. Then we'll bring our hands to our heart center, clasp your fingers together, and push the arms out in front of you, rounding your upper back. Drop your chin towards your chest and take a few deep breaths here. And sometimes just getting a roundness of the upper back, an extreme roundness, helps to release tension in the upper back and the shoulders and in the neck. Let's lift our head, release the arms, and again, circling the shoulders, rolling up and back. Change the direction. Good. Now, from whatever position you are, we're going to get onto all fours. So come onto your mat, onto your knees and onto your hands. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a deep breath in and curl your spine looking skyward. And breathe out, round, look underneath, look to your belly button. And again, we'll curl, breathing in, and round, breathing out. Mobilizing the spine, mobilizing the neck. Take deep, slow breaths. One more time. Then come back to a flat back And we'll stretch our right leg behind us, tucking the toes under. I want you to softly bounce back so you push the heel back to the back of the mat and then bounce forward. Just very soft movements. Bouncing back, feel the stretch in the bottom of the foot, down the back of the leg, and forward again. And let's keep going. Bounce back and forward. Keep your head lifted, bouncing back and forward. One more time. We'll bounce back and forward. Lift the leg. Make a nice big circle with your foot. Change the direction of the circle. Lift the leg as high as possible. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Bring the knee underneath towards your nose. Tuck your chin. And again, we'll breathe in. Stretch the leg up behind you. Breathing out, tucking under. And once more, lift, lift, lift as high as possible. And the knee tucks under. Bring the knee down, open your knees, and everyone, let's sink back onto our heels and into child's pose. Head can come down. You can have your hands underneath your head if you wish. Just find a good position for the head, the neck, and the spine. Let's rise back up onto our hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll go back to cat and cow, where you take a deep breath in and curl your spine, look skyward. And breathe out and round, look to your belly button. And breathe in and allow the breath to move your back. Kind of like a wave moving in and out of the spine. Getting all the vertebrae to move along with the breath. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to a flat back, we're going to change legs. We stretch our left leg behind us now. Toes are tucked under. And softly bounce back. So you push the heel back, feel the stretch down the bottom of the foot all the way up the back of the leg, and then bounce forward. Take your time with this. Go slowly and softly. And this sort of gets what's called the slide and glide between the muscles in the foot, the ankle, the calf, as well as the back of the knee and the back of the thigh. One more bouncing back and forward. Fantastic. Lift the leg now and make a big circle with your foot. As if you're drawing a circle behind you, get into the ankle, change the direction of the circle. If you can move the toes along with the movement. And then raise the leg as high as possible. Lift your chin. Breathe out. Bring the knee underneath, nose to knee. And then stretching the leg up, 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 up again. And breathe out, nose to knee. Stretching it back up. One more time, breathing out, nose to knee. Stretching up. Bring the knee back down, and we once again take a child's pose. Reach your arms either out in front of you or underneath the forehead. They could also be alongside your body if that's more comfortable. Taking some deep, slow breaths. Just hold the position here for a few moments. Good. And now we're going to get into some movement. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms down, fingers open. Come up onto the hands and knees and tuck your toes to downward facing dog pose. Pedal your feet right and left. See if you can get the heels to move downwards towards the floor. Let the hips move. Keep your shoulders strong. Then let's stretch both legs as straight as possible. Take a deep breath in, move into a plank position, and breathe out, move back to down dog. And again, let's breathe in, move to plank. Shoulders strong, belly strong, head lifted. Press back to down dog. One more time, move into plank. And let's softly lower the knees to the floor. Softly lower the chest down to the floor. Pointing your toes, lengthen your legs long behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hands are soft on the ground. Take a deep breath in, rise to a small cobra. And come on back down, chest touches the floor. Let's do it again. Breathe in, small cobra. And back down. One more time, small cobra. And back down, push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of your mat. Press your hips back. Lifting back up, walk your hands off the left-hand side of the mat. Press the hips back. Perfect. Let's come back onto the mat, back to downward facing dog, and begin stepping your feet forward, 1 foot at a time, very slowly, until you can lift your palms up and you reach the front edge of your mat. Bend your knees here, hands to the thighs. We support the back. Push against the thighs, roll up. See if you can round your spine, rolling up to standing. And once you're at a standing position, let's use that massage we did for the chest. You draw your shoulders wide down and back a little bit, okay? We don't want to exaggerate pushing the shoulders back. We just want them wide and down. You should feel a lift of the chest. Knees are soft, hips are back, so you have curve in the back, and you have a long spine. Crown of the head moves to the sky, arms stretched by your sides. This is what we're going to call our perfect posture. It should feel good. It should feel strong, okay? We may not be able to hold it for a long time. However, this is the position you always want to come back to from our sun salutation. Hands to heart center. Let's get moving in the sun salutation. Deep breath in, raise the arms, stretch skyward, look skyward. And then bring your elbows to your knees in a squat position. This is really good for warming up the hips as well as the thighs and knees. Then your hands come to the floor, step your right foot back, then the left for a plank position. Lifting the head, look forward. Lower your knees softly, lower your chest to the floor. Point your toes now and take a nice full cobra. Nice big open chest, lift your chin, then bring your chest down. Push up onto your hands and knees. First, tucking your toes, rise to downward facing dog. From here, lift your right leg. The knee is bent and it's like you're pushing the ceilings higher up. So you want to push against the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, swing your right foot as far forward as possible, and then step the rest of the way forward to the front edge of your mat. Knees bend low, hands to thighs. This time, without rounding the spine, we'll lift up into a chair. Raise your arms up by your ears, twist to your right, look over your right shoulder, come back to center, and come to standing and your perfect posture. Feet are hip width, knees are soft, hips back, chest lifted, shoulders open, chin parallel to the floor. That's it. This should feel good. Hands to heart center. We go again. Deep breath in, rise, lift your eyes as well. Fold, elbows to knees, coming right down. This time, step your left foot back first. Left and then right, plank position. Lower your knees, lower your chest. Pointing your toes, lengthen out, rise to your beautiful open cobra, and chest comes back down, up onto the hands and knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. This time your left leg lifts and presses the ceiling up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward as far as possible. Step the rest of the way forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. lifting up to chair, arms by your ears, twist left, looked over your left shoulder, back to center chair, and up to standing. Good, ladies, nice, hands to heart center, let's keep going. Deep breath in, rise, folding, elbows to knees, stepping right foot back first, then the left, plank position, lower the knees, lower the chest. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra. Chest comes down, down dog. Right leg up, push the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Into chair. Twist to your right, look over the shoulder. Back to chair. And up to standing, arms by your side. Stretching long with the spine. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding. Step your left leg back first to plank. Lower the knees, moving down. Point your toes, lengthen to cobra, open the chest. Bringing it back down, into down dog. Left leg lifts and we press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward, bend your knees, hands to thighs. Lift the chest, arms up, stretch, twist to your left. Whew. Back to center, good job. And up to standing. All right, we're gonna add on to this. Stick with me, there's only another 5 minutes to the warm up. So we're raising the heart rate. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding forward. Stepping back to plank. From the plank, softly lower your knees. Do 1 push-up, down and up. Moving all the way down. Point your toes, lengthen out. Rise to a cobra. Take your down dog. Raise your right leg, press it. 5, 4, this is warming up the glutes. 3, 2, excellent. 1, swing the right leg forward, keep it there. Spin the left heel down, in and down. Right elbow to the right thigh, left hand to the hip. Open up here and raise your left arm next to your ear. Reach to the front of your mat. If your low back is fine, you want to work a little bit harder, raise your right arm as well and stretch. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lift up and lean back. Maybe with both arms, maybe just with one. And then move back down again to a plank position. Woohoo! Lower the knees. Let's do another push-up. All the way down now. Rising to cobra. Push back to down dog. And we do the other side. Left leg lifts. Press it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Spin your right heel in so the foot comes down flat behind you. Left elbow to the left thigh. Right arm to the hip. Then bring the right arm next to the ear, reach forward. If everything's fine here, you can raise both arms. 3, 2, 1. Either you lift by pressing against the hand and go back, or you lift. Use your belly. Contract the core muscles. Go back a little bit, and then back down again to a plank position. Getting ready, do a push-up, let's go. All the way down now, ladies. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra, and down dog. Looking to your hands, take small steps forward now, small steps. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs, come up into chair, and instead of twisting, Just bounce. 5. Hips back. 4. Good. 3. Warming the legs. 2. And 1. Come up to standing. We have one more round. Stay with me. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Let's rise. Fold. Elbows to knees. Coming down. Step back. Left foot first. Then the right. Knees come down. 1 push up. All the way down. Point your toes, lengthen out to cobra. And down dog. Start with the left leg. Left leg goes up, press it to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Spin your right heel in, placing the foot flat. Left elbow to the thigh, right hand to the hip. Right arm near the ear. Or both arms. 3, 2, 1. Lifting, lean back, and then lean forward. Hands come down, step back to the plank position. Knees come down, push up. All the way down, cobra. We're almost there. We're almost there. Down dog. Right leg up, press it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Spin your left heel in, making a nice stable ground, stable foundation. Right elbow to the thigh, left hand to the hip. Raise the left arm in front of you. If this is easy, both arms hold it. 3, good. 2, belly in. 1, lifting, take it back, working the core muscles. And then bring it down and into a plank position. Here's our very last push-up of the day. 1 push-up, all the way down, cobra, and down dog. All right, ladies. Begin stepping your feet forward slowly, gently, softly. Once you're there, bend your knees, hands to thighs, coming to chair. Last 5 bounces. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing. Right hand on your chest, left hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Take a few deep, slow breaths, allowing your breath to calm itself down. Allow your heart rate to calm down. See if you can get those breaths only in and out through the nose. All right, release, bring your hands to your hips. Good job, ladies. We're going to send the right leg back, not very far. Get it to a position where you can get the heel down and check that all 10 toes are pointing straight forward. You should feel that there's a stretch down into your calf muscles or the back leg. Raise. So it's your right leg that's back. Raise your right arm. Stretch your left arm down by your side and lean to your left. So this is going to affect the hip flexors of the right leg. It's going to open up the side body, the right side body. It will also affect the psoas-iliac muscle, deep muscle that goes into the back. Keep breathing deeply. One more deep breath in. And rise back up. Bring your right arm over your left thigh. Your left hand can either come to the hip and you twist, look over the left shoulder, or open your left arm behind you, palm facing skyward. This is going to open up those pectoral muscles again, which is really good for our posture. You should still be feeling the calf muscle of the right leg. Keep turning the head. Keep breathing deeply into the chest. 2 more deep breaths. And 1. Good. Release. Open your arms now both to the sides and turn the palms down. Take a deep breath in, and you're going to push off your back leg, off of your right foot, and raise the right leg up. Your standing leg stays bent. So this is an airplane position. Raise the leg and hold 5. Set your gaze at the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing. Find your perfect posture. Good job, ladies. Well done. Hands to hips, and we'll send the left leg back. Bring it back. Let the heel come to the floor. So you get a stretch down into the calf. All 10 toes point forward. Take a look at your feet. Make sure you're not turning your back leg or turning the heel in. It should be aligned that they're pointing forward, both feet. Raise your left arm now. So your left leg is back, left arm rises. Right hand goes down by the hip, and let's lean to our right. So this is affecting all the hip flexors, as well as the psoas muscle, which is deep, deep in the body. Look forward and just breathe here. One more deep breath in. Rise back up and bring that left arm across your body to the outside of the right leg. Reach your right arm behind you. If it's too much, you could also bring the hand to the hip. Or the arm reach behind, palm faces up, so it opens up the pectoral muscles. Turn your head, look at the palm of the hand, and hold. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good job. Turn back. Open both arms to the sides. Palms face down. Push off your back leg to rise up and into an airplane position. Raise the leg high. Both arms stretched out to the sides. Palms facing down. Look at the floor and we hold. Standing knee is bent. 2 and 1. Come up to standing to release. Good job. Perfect posture now. Hands to hips. Bend both knees. Cross your right, bring your right foot, on top of the left thigh, just above the knee. Both knees point forward. Press your hips back a little bit to get curve in the low back. Palms together. Thumbs come to the crown of the head. Elbows point forward. And lift your chin. Look skyward. Start to bend at your spine, bending back a little bit. Holding. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring the hands down and the foot down. Good. Let's do the other side. Hands to hips, knees bent. Left foot on top of the right thigh, just above the knee. Palms together. Thumbs to the crown of the head. Elbows point forward. Lift your chin and lean back a little bit. Get that big curve in the spine. Look skyward. Hold and breathe. Releasing. Good job. Nice. Hands come back to hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You're either at the ankle, maybe a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms into a V and you're in tree pose. Focus your eyes at one point. Calm your breath down. We take deep, slow breaths here. Hands to hips, lower the leg. Good. Changing sides, left knee bends, bring it out to the side. You're at the ankle, maybe a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Raise the arms up in a V position, palms face skyward. Lift your chest, lift your eyes. Focus on that one point. Hands to hips and lower everything down. Good job. Hands back to your heart center. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms and stretch skywards. Folding, bring your elbows down to your knees and bring the hands to the floor. Step one leg at a time back and into your plank position. In the plank, lift your head, lift your chin, flatten your belly, tighten your legs, and hold here. 5, 4, open the shoulders as well. 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees, lower your chest. Okay, hands underneath the forehead. Move your hips from side to side to relax the low back, but also the legs and the hips. Lift up the head. You can press down into your elbows to lift your head. Separate your feet hip width and raise both legs. Hold here. This is working in a very nice way, the low back as well as the back chain muscles of the legs and the glutes. We're going to bring our feet together to touch and then apart 10 times. 9, 8, 7, 6, keep breathing. 5, good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs back down, bring your head down, and move your hips from side to side. Excellent. Let's bring our hands underneath the shoulders, elbows squeezing in towards the waist. Take a deep breath in and rise to a cobra. This position helps to curve the back, works the arms, opens the chest, lengthens out the belly. Draw your throat and ears back and we hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on back down. Hands under the forehead, and again, just relax the low back, relax the hips, the legs. Move your hips from side to side. Lift your head and shoulders again, bend both knees and flex your feet. Now this is the modified version of the bow. We'll reach around behind us, touch the heels. Push the heels into the hands, open the chest, draw your throat and ears back, and you lift your knees as high as is comfortable. And we breathe again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. Hands under the shoulders. Everyone push up onto your hands and knees. Good job. Open your knees up. Toes will touch each other. And walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat. We did this stretch in the beginning of class, but it's super good after working the back. So press your hips back and let your arms stay stretched to your right. Lifting back up, let's change sides. Hands come off the left-hand side of the mat. Press your hips back and feel the stretch down the right-hand side of the body. Coming back to center. Okay. Now we're going to do a nice deep stretch. It creates a twist in the spine as well as in the shoulders. You'll bring your left hand underneath your head to start. Raise your right arm, stretching open, and then we do what's called threading the needle. Bring the right arm under your chest, reaching to the left-hand side of your mat, and you can bring your head down onto your left hand. Turn the head completely. See if you can get the right shoulder down onto the floor. Stay here for a moment. And we're going to add on to this. Take your left hand out from underneath the head and bring your palms together. You get into a prayer twist, twisting to your left. Now, to take the twist deeper, press into your right elbow and you lift your head and chest off the floor. And you're twisting while in a type of partial child's pose. It's going to work the shoulders, working the arms as well. And you hold 3, 2, 1. Softly lower your head and your shoulder back down to the floor. Palms come down to either side of the head. Lift up onto the hands and knees. I recommend bringing the knees in and doing a cat and cow. Curve the spine, look skyward, breathe out and round. Just to release that deep twist and that deep work into the shoulders. One more. Good. Open your knees back up again. And we'll sink down. Right hand underneath the head. Left arm reaches and then twist, threading the needle. You can bring your head down onto the right hand for the moment. See if you can lower the left shoulder to the floor, and we hold here. Now to go more deeply into the posture, take your right hand out from underneath your head. Palms come together into a prayer twist. You push into the left elbow to lift the shoulder up, lift the head up off the floor, and you hold here. Deep breathing. Please, with all these postures, never go into any pain. One more deep breath in. And we release. Hands come down. Lifting back up onto your hands and knees. Walk the knees in. Deep breath in, curl the spine. And breathe out and round. And again, curling and rounding. Once more. Now, either you can rise up kneeling on your knees with your knees at 90 degrees, or if you're comfortable with your knees sitting down onto your heels, you can come into this position. Right arm comes up. Reach behind your neck and head. Left hand turns as you reach up. See if you can touch the fingers or grab the hands. If not, you're reaching for them. You stay and continue reaching. Close your eyes and we hold. Each time you breathe out, maybe it gives a little bit more release to be able to reach closer to your hands with the intent of relaxing the muscles and letting them go. Opening your eyes, let go of the hands, and remember we rolled the shoulders in the beginning. Let's do that again. Nice big circles with the shoulders. Left arm rises and goes over the head. Right arm turns and reaches up. Either touch the fingers or clasp the hands. Lift your head. You could also just be reaching for them. Close your eyes. And intending each time as you breathe out to relax the muscle even a little bit more. See if you can gain millimeter by millimeter. A little bit more length, a little bit more release. Good. Release, letting go, rolling the shoulders. And here we go. Let's go up onto the hands and knees and slide the right knee forward as far as possible. Bring the right foot towards the left-hand side of your mat. Now, maybe you want to stay here, or if you're able to, come into the full swan position, which is letting the hips go down towards the floor. And you hold. Hands are supporting the upper body. There's a curve going on at the low back, and there's a big stretch going on at the right hip, as well as the right knee. You may need to modify. If there's any pain in the articulation in the joints, maybe you need to lift back up again, and that's fine. All right? Just choose for you what's going to be best here. Okay. Now place more weight on your right hip, so you roll a little bit onto your right hip. And if possible, kick up your left foot and grab the ankle, pulling the foot into the glute, getting that deep stretch into the quadriceps. Lift your chest and we hold. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Release the leg. Push back up onto your hands. Bring the right foot back in and come back onto your hands and knees. Sliding the right knee. Now slide the left knee forward. We change sides. Softly moving into swan position. Lift the head, chest, looking forward. The right leg stretched nicely behind you. And if possible, lift up your right foot, grab the foot or the ankle and pull it in towards the hip. Deep breathing here, stretching out the quadricep. Please don't go into any pain. You just want to look for the stretches and the length. And it should be just at the inside of comfort, okay? One more deep breath in. And we release the foot. Push back up onto the hands. Slide the left knee back. Bring your feet to one side and come to a seated position. Okay, there are 2 types of inner thigh stretches we're going to do today. The first one is called a star position. So we're going to get our legs into a diamond, which means that the feet are going to be pushed out in front of us. The knees are out to the side. The butterfly has the feet in closer. So we want a diamond position with the feet pushed out. Grab a hold of your ankles. Lift your chest, be sure the low back is long, and lean forward. And you're going to feel that inner thigh stretch. And it will go down actually to the outsides of the hips as well. And we'll breathe deeply here. Keep your chin tucked so we're not pushing the chin forward, but it's a long neck. And let your chest come forward and we breathe. With each breath out again, the intent is to release a little bit of the tension, releasing any resistance of the muscles. Set your hands down to lift back up. Lift your knees and stretch your legs onto the floor. Shake your legs out a bit by bending the knees, one knee at a time. Cross your right leg over the left and grab a hold of the right knee. Raise your right arm and twist open. Right hand comes behind you, turn the shoulders, look behind. Deep breathing here. Release. And we'll change. Stretch the right leg out, cross the left leg over, grab a hold of the left knee, left arm comes up, and twist and look behind you. Unwind, uncross, and now we do the second inner thigh stretch, which is the butterfly. Pull the feet in close, soles of the feet together, knees wide, lift up the chest and slowly lift and lower your knees. So it's a very soft movement with the legs, just getting some movement into those hips. Allow the knees to splay open now and lean forward from the chest. You're going to feel it will go into the low back. Don't go into any pain in the low back. You'll feel a little stretch in the low back, into the hips and into the inner thighs. Go as far as is comfortable for you. It's not a competition. You do not have to go farther than everyone else. You just listen to your own body and feel just how far you can stay just inside the comfort zone. Please don't jump out of the comfort zone. Lifting back up, we will release, lift the knees, very good. Set your feet flat on the floor, and we're going to roll back onto our backs. If you have the tennis ball nearby, keep it. If you don't have a tennis ball, no big deal. I'll show you the possibility without the tennis ball. Let's roll down onto our backs. And once you're down, we're going to take a half bridge pose, elbows into the floor. Push the elbows down to open the chest and raise your hips up. Lengthening your neck, feel the hips and the glutes engage. And we take deep, slow breaths. See if you can feel your belly lengthening out. Good engagement into the legs. Each time you breathe out, pull your perineum upwards and inwards. 5 breaths. Good job. Raise your arms over your head, reach behind you, and roll one vertebra at a time onto the floor. Very, very slowly, taking your time to get the back down. Once the back is all the way on the floor, open your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall to your right, reaching with your left arm especially over your head. Good. Raise one knee at a time and we'll change. Let the knees go to the left, reaching especially with your right arm over the head. One knee at a time, we rise back up. Lift the knees to the shoulders. We wrap our arms around the legs and rock from side to side. Relaxing the low back. And then taking happy baby, lifting the feet up. Grab either the ankles or the bottoms of the feet. And again, rock from side to side. Good. Bring your feet down, knees are bent. Taking your tennis ball, lift your hips up and place the tennis ball underneath the sacrum. So it's the very low flat bone at the low back, and just rock from side to side. Now, if you do not have a tennis ball, instead of rocking from side to side, you'll take both knees and you'll draw a circle with both knees in the same direction. This also massages the thoracolumbar fascia, which is at the very low part of the back, which is what we're affecting right now. If you're rocking from side to side, begin rocking with your hips curled under and then back. So you're moving the hips, curling them under and back. So it's kind of drawing a line with the tennis ball, up and down on the sacrum. If you're working with the knees, go in the opposite direction with the knees now. And then again, let's rock from side to side once again. Lift the hips up, take the tennis ball out from underneath, bringing your hips down. Everyone, bend the knees and place the feet flat on the floor. This is the best position for breathing exercises. Place your hands onto your belly. And as you breathe in, see if you can feel the ribs expanding and the belly expanding at the same time. Breathing out, release. Now, I do recommend do not take the breath into the lower belly. So down by the pubic bone should not be moving. It's mainly up from the belly button up to the ribs that's moving. Again, let's breathe in. And breathing out. Okay, let's breathe in and hold the breath here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out and let it go. Breathe naturally again, in and out. At your next breath in, breathe in deeply. Hold the breath. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out and let it go. Breathing in and out naturally and slowly. Last round of breath holds. Take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, this time for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe everything out. Breathing naturally and slowly. Stretch one leg at a time onto your mat. Cover yourself if you feel chilled. Turn the palms of the hands to the sky. Begin by relaxing your feet and your legs. Relax now your hands and your arms. Relax from your hips to your shoulders. Relax your neck and your throat. jaw, all of the muscles of the face. Relax your head, your scalp, letting go even of the hair. Take a moment now to think back over the year you've had. Maybe many good events, maybe some events that are not so good. And see if you can be grateful for all. For every event that has happened over this year has made you who you are today. We are each of us unique and extraordinary. Give yourself the compassion you deserve. And let's get excited for the year ahead. Begin breathing more deeply now. And begin to move your fingers and your toes. Coming back slowly. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and raise your arms over your head. Stretch from fingers to toes. And lifting your knees up to your chest. Squeeze your knees against your chest and softly rock from side to side. Right arm to the right ear, rolling to the right-hand side, which is considered the side of movement, of action. It's the side of the sun. Set your hands down and push up from the side to come to a seated position. Good. Let's rub our hands together. Bringing the hands over the face. Softly tap around your eyes. And then shake out. This time, rub your hands together. Now, this is a really nice little ending facial massage. Bring your fingers open at the index and middle finger and to either side of your ears. So your hands are at your jaw and around your ears. There's some big muscles there. And we'll just make a circle, like pulling up and then back and down. This feels so good to me. It's amazing. And then change the direction of the circle, go in the opposite direction. And then we can release, shake the hands out. And we'll bring the hands to the heart center. If I don't see you on Thursday, happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy the break. Thanks very much for joining and see you all soon. Namaste.